Absolutely. Good morning.
I'm using my headphones or the computer phones here.
Fair enough.
Well,
So
regardless,
just keep them on for now.
look at you with the flair. What are you? Are you in France? Are you in Paris right now? What's that around the neck there?
Oh, this thing here?
Yes.
Oh, this is my face mask.
Okay.
Yeah.
Customer coming, customer not. Customer coming, customer not.
It's a fashion statement, but more of a mask.
Okay.
Well, that's what in college football. That's mostly what they use. What do they call it? A gator or something like that?
Yes,
or,
a gator.
Yeah,
That's exactly.
that's what they use in the football. Yeah.
That's right. So how you doing, guys?
How you doing today?
Well, unfortunately, now you look like Princess Leia. Like that's
Beautiful.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I know the David Parker told me.
Watch out, I got my sword here. You don't want to mess with me.
There you go, guys. We're coming up. We're coming up.
All righty. It is 8:41 News Talk, Saga 960 Raw, Mike Richards, along with David Bastel. And I got to tell you, we're going to talk about hair loss and I guess ways to retain hair or bring it back. And sadly, I think that in this conversation between the three of us, David Park, myself, and David Bastel, we all have full heads of hair. It's a little mean, don't you think, David? That we all look at that. We're all sitting here sporting locks and flow. Is this mean, or are we just being very helpful at this point, saying you too can look like this?
Well, you usually wear a hat, so I was always wondering if you had hair or not.
Oh,
but I guess.
Oh yeah,
he
has a lot. He has a lot.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
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 Big NHL hair.
Yeah.
On Mike Richards.
Yes.
The moment that we start to see that thinning, or the moment that we start to see that the sparseness, I think that's where the Bell Lifestyles formula for hair loss is amazing. And for those people out there, men or women, who feel like they're brushing their hair and then they've got clumps of hair coming out, or they're washing their hair and clumps of hair coming out on their bed pillow, you wake up in the morning and you see like your strands. It's pretty scary, considering how much comes out. And to prevent that, that's where the Bell Lifestyles formula comes in. It's a good formula to keep what you've got and to encourage new hair growth.
So how does it work, David? What do they have to do? Clients have to do to actually succeed, and when can they expect results as well? Because a lot of people will have professionals like yourself on, and will always ask the question of, okay, well, it's not going to work when I finish my first bottle. Is it going to work in 2 weeks? Is it going to work in 2 months? Like when is a noticeable difference when somebody takes it the correct way, and then how do they take it?
Well, that's the thing. Like, everyone's so different, but for those people that have hair loss, bringing in a formula like the Bell Lifestyles formula for hair loss, it brings in many different nutrients, and it hits our hair loss in different ways. Like it supports the hormonal system, which is one of the main causes of hair loss. It also supports a lot of nutrients. It has key nutrients that have shown over time that whenever our body becomes stressed, or whenever we lose a lot of nutrients, we start to see a lot of changes in our body, especially our hair. So the formulas or the ingredients that are put in these formulas, they're supplanting and they're supplementing our regular diet with these key nutrients that really support our hair. And when we do undergo these stressful events, we can't hold on to these nutrients very well. So things just deplete quickly. Yeah. I would say that taking the hair formula, some might find that they see a huge difference within 1 month.
Oh, wow.
And really you only have to take 1 or 2 capsules per day, depending on what position you're in. Like if you're seeing lots of hair loss, and that's where you take 2 a day.
And I mean, there's other influence. I mean, obviously, hereditary is going to have a big part of perhaps what the pattern is on top of your head. And then there's things that you can't control. For instance, I think that when I had gone through a cancer, when I had chemotherapy, and it was I was taking the chemo orally, so it wasn't intravenous. That I think the way in which my hair grows, the hair became thinner, not as it was showing something, but I think it did slightly alter what my hair, because my hair was always kind of thicker, that it changed that as well. So I think there are influences. Yeah, there are influences. I think that maybe were unforeseeable at the time, or normally wouldn't affect, or in terms of hereditary, or myself and my brother David, who still have full heads of hair, or like on my mother's side, Scotty takes more after my father's side, where there is more thinning. So everyone's a little bit different, and it affects people in a different way.
Yeah, but the key, I like this product. I like this formula that Bell Lifestyles has, just because it has so many different. It has like age old, like these ingredients have been used for thousands of years. It's been used since antiquity, since the Egyptian times. One of the ingredients specifically is nettle, rosemary, another one. Biotin is part of the bee family. So different ingredients all put together, meshed well together, and it's really good. You'll find that as you use it, other things will help as well. I mean, you could have some hair loss, but then 2 weeks later, your digestion is great. Your skin's clearing up. Maybe you had a scratchy throat, and that's clearing up too. A lot of these ingredients that they put in here are amazing. Yeah, they're great.
Do you take, not you personally, but would somebody in this situation take a different Bell product in conjunction with? Because a lot of times, David, and we've talked about this in the past many times, where you use Formula A and Formula B together as a better way to fight off whatever you're battling here. And today we're talking about hair loss. So is there any complementary type supplements you can take out of the Bell Lifestyles inventory?
Yeah, definitely. And the time now, I mean, people want to help their immune system. So you want to take Bell's number 25, the cold and flu immune support. So that's a good product that you can use nowadays, where people are stricken with the COVID virus, and a lot of the people are worried that they might catch it, and they're social distancing, and people are doing the right things, but it's up to us. It's up to each individual out there listening, that we need to really take our health into our own hands. We need to we can't always rely on other people to make sure that we're healthy. So I urge everyone out there to take the initiative and start taking their health into their own hands. Look into the Bell Lifestyles product called Cold and Flu Immune Support, because these ingredients are so important. And you can use the Cold and Flu Immune Support along with the Bell Lifestyles hair loss formula as well. The one thing that a lot of people look for are things to apply on the head, right? Oh, I'm having hair loss. Let's put things on the head. Oh, I have dandruff. Let's change my shampoo. A lot of the times it starts from the inside out.
Right.
And Bell Lifestyles knows about this. So a lot of their supplements are amazing. They're great to use. I mean, granted, putting a little bit of rosemary essential oil mixed with a little bit of olive oil, putting that in the hair from time to time, that will stimulate, that will help. But really, it starts from the inside out.
That's a great point too, because that seems to be, for products that are, not really addressing maybe the origin of the problem. And someone was talking about the other day, and I don't know if I've seen this, but for hair loss, it's more or less like a tattoo. You heard about this? So it's actually, you remember remember that brutal guy that used to come on? What was it, Popeil? And he had the spray can. Remember, he used to spray your head. It was remember that?
Okay, yeah.
You had to have a little bit of hair to begin with, right?
Yeah, a little hair, and then I was like, shh, hey, now it looks like you're not bald. Yeah, actually it does. It just looks like you take a spray can and you put it on your head. Okay, so I think we all recognize that. But this is like tattooing it permanently. If you have like short hair, it's like blackening your head. Here's something. Try the hair loss formula at some point. I mean, before you get to that point, I think maybe popping a couple of these and I don't know, maybe having an orange juice might be easier than tattooing your head. But that's how people think. You know, the application has to be on your head because it's the head you're talking about, aside from maybe having the body naturally work what it needs to have to grow the hair. Let's try that first, I think.
Yeah, definitely tattooing is popular nowadays, but where I'm from, like ethnically, I'm Korean.
Yeah.
And in Korea, they do a lot of tattooing the eyebrows.
Yes, that's huge these days. Even here, it's huge. Yeah.
I've tattooed my eyebrows. I'm only kidding. You can probably see my eyebrows, but I'm only kidding. I've never tattooed my eyebrows. But, you know, some of my family members maybe, you know, like it's very common. It's very, very common. Tattooing not only their eyebrows, but like it's a permanent fix, right?
Yes.
So, yeah. Some people have tattooed, yeah, you're right, like parts of their hairline, right? So making sure that from far away, it looks like you've got hair, but then up close, you can see like a different shade.
Yeah, and I think what you're doing, David, you're talking about Steven Seagal. I know you're talking about Steven Seagal.
You get to watch out for that guy. You have to watch out for that guy. He's a high level mixed martial artist. So
yeah, you don't want to mess with that, Dave. You don't want him coming in the store going, no. You making fun of me? Hey, you making fun of me? No, I wasn't. That was Mike.
Question for you, David, because you talked about the number 25 cold and flu immune support. How does that differ than the number 52 product Supreme Immune Booster? So one is the cold and flu immune support, and the number 52 is Supreme Immune Booster, which I have taken from time to time as well, just to kind of keep my levels up. But I'm just wondering if those two work in conjunction, or if it's separate.
Yeah, you could use those two in conjunction. The Supreme Immune Support, that's more or less like a immune modulator. So for those people who have an overactive immune system, like lupus, for example, or rheumatoid arthritis, they could use the Supreme Immune Booster. It'll slow down the immune system if it's revving up too high, and it'll kind of balance it, right? And it modulates it. Whereas the cold and flu immune support, it's formulated to help fight many viruses, bacteria. A lot of if you're feeling ill from something that you can't get rid of, this is a good formula to boost and rev up the immune system. You've got like immune system drivers, things like elderberry. They have things like propolis, which is part of the bee kingdom. Covers the beehive. It's great. And then olive leaf extract. They've got a lot of key ingredients, rev up the immune system. When you're feeling down, or you can even use it as a preventative measure too. Like you're about to, go to the playground and play with your kids, or you're gonna, you're about to enter a stressful event. You're moving. You can use these immune boosters to kind of prep your body up to making sure that you're not going to get sick. You're going through a stressful time. Use them right now to support your body. Right?
And that's both of them, or more of the number 25 in that situation to support?
That would be like the number 25.
Yeah.
I would use a Supreme Immune Booster for those people that you could be relatively healthy and use a Supreme Immune Booster, or for those people who have challenging immune systems like that are very, very compromised, then you can use it as well, because you don't want to use immune boosters when when your immune system is like up and down, you're always getting sick, or you've got a major chronic illness, right? So that's where you want to use a Supreme Immune Booster.
David, thanks so much for your appearance today. We always look forward to it. I look forward to, I think the three of us, when a sporting event, when we're allowed to go and watch it, whatever sporting event that might be, the three of us must do that and get a load of this long flowing hair. Just
I'm fine with that. You can your hair.
We did. People walking by going, those beautiful bastards, stuff like that. That's what I want.
For sure. Whether it be like a hockey game, basketball game, TFC game.
TFC.
You guys were talking about golf earlier. Yeah.
Yes.
I wouldn't mind playing around with you guys. That'd be great. You know?
Yes. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
Wow. Hear that, Ontario? A round of golf.
You know,
What's that? Oh boy, I'll tell.
Hopefully in 2-3 weeks, right?
Oh yeah, that's what we're hoping.
Maybe shorter.
Yeah.
Shorter.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah,
Actually,
we're
saw
hoping.
some kids like, driving the ball in a schoolyard. I was like, should you guys be doing that right now?
There's
But
so
maybe they should
people out in the hydro fields, right? It's amazing where they'll find space just so they can do it. But it's look, it's tough all over. I mean, regardless of what people are trying to do, boy, I sure hope we get through this. And when we do, we certainly hope we see you on the other side. David, you always do such a great job, and awesome joining us here this morning.
Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on the show, and I look forward to the next time.
That is David Park, of course, from Nutrition House, who joins us. That, of course, out of Square One in Mississauga. Always such a great job. It's always nice to catch up with him. And, of course, today talking about hair loss, and the product from Bell Lifestyle Products is number 77, correct? You're going back to the Princess Leia look, which is now
Yes.
Be careful.
very
It looks good though.
Oh, this is disturbing. That is not good for business.